Okay, so we're going to get started on an example of how this works. Now, I'm not sure what angle the camera's going to take it, but it doesn't really matter. You can look at it from any angle here. You need to have your practice sheet and a copy of this graph showing the difference between S and P waves. I don't know which way the camera's going to take it. Okay, so let's imagine that in Salt Lake City, a seismograph has recorded some waves. And the difference between the arrival and the P and S waves happens to be 3 minutes and 10 seconds. So I'm going to take this little chart right here, this one here, and I'm going to go up the y-axis and find 3 minutes and 10 seconds. And so I'm going to go up, and it's right about 1, 2, 3, 10 seconds right there. And then I'm going to take my line and push it across until I touch the dark black line. And then wherever it touched the dark black line, see, here's 3 and 10, over to here, touched it there, look straight down. That was the distance to the epicenter, which is 2,000 kilometers. So now I have to find 2,000 kilometers on my key right here. I don't know again which way it's going to be, but it's this thing right here, your little key. So I'm going to put my point on 0, and I'm going to put the pencil part of the compass on 2,000 kilometers. Make sure you're not doing the miles, make sure you're doing kilometers. The point of the compass on 2,000 kilometers. And that's the difference from 0 to 2,000. Now, without squeezing the compass or making it bigger, I'm going to lift it and put my point on, was it Salt Lake City? Salt Lake City. Put the point on Salt Lake City, and I'm going to draw a circle. Some kids like to turn the compass. I like to turn the paper. It doesn't matter to me which you choose. I slipped a bit. Okay, so there's my circle. Salt Lake City, 2,000 kilometers from Salt Lake City. Okay, so do we have enough information now to tell where the earthquake was? No, it could have occurred anywhere. The epicenter could have been anywhere in this area. So we need some more data. So now let's get our next information. Let's say we had another reading. I'm sorry you can't see my face. Another reading from the city of Houston. And the reading came in that the difference between the arrival of the P and the S waves was exactly 2 minutes, 2 minutes, 0 seconds. So I go back to my little chart here. I need to find 2 minutes, 0 seconds. So here's the 2 minutes and 0. And I'm going to see where that meets the black line. It meets the black line here. So I'm going to draw straight down from the black line. And that's at about 1,200 kilometers. 1,200 kilometers. So I have 1,200 kilometers. Again, you put your point on the 0. Move my compass so that it's at 1,200 kilometers on my little scale here. It keeps wanting to open. I think I have to tighten it a bit. Yours might be the case too. These are a little bit old. Okay, once it's 1,200 on the kilometer scale, not the mile scale, I pick it up and I put it on the city, the point on the city. Remember, the city was Houston. I put the point on the city of Houston right here, and I draw my circle. Goes off the paper, not a problem. Okay, let's scratch over this a little more so that you can see where the circle is drawn. Okay, so here I had my giant circle around Salt Lake City. Now I have my smaller circle around Houston. So now what we know is that at the intersection of the circle, this is where the epicenter is going to be. The earthquake occurred. So we've now reduced the amount of places. So do we have enough information to find exactly where it is? No, we don't. We need one more piece of information. And that is going to be from the city of Savannah, Georgia. So Savannah, Georgia calls in and they say, hey, the earthquake registered here on our seismograph, and the difference between high P and S waves is 1 minute and 50 seconds. So I'm going to go back to my chart. 1 minute and 50 seconds is right about here. I'm going to take it across until it matches the black line, and that puts me at 1,000 kilometers, right? 1,000 kilometers. Across and down, 1,000 kilometers. Okay, so take my compass here, put the point on 0. Put this part, or the pencil part, on 1,000 so I can measure the distance. Once I know it's 1,000, I pick it up without moving it and I put it on Savannah. And I draw a circle around Savannah. Draw my circle around Savannah. And it turns out that all 3 circles match in this spot right here, just south of Chicago. So that's where we have the epicenter now. So the focus was down below. The epicenter is this point straight above the focus. So the epicenter is right here below Chicago. We needed to find out 3 pieces of information. That's called triangulation, 3 pieces. So I'm going to pause this video and then go back to the lesson.